Hey y'all, this week's homework is going to be a little bit like what we did at the beginning of the year. Actually, not the beginning of the year, but maybe a month or so ago. What I'd like for you to do is go back and redraw your bedroom like we did before when we were first talking about perimeter area and word problems. But this time I want you to do it really nice and neat. You need to use a straight edge. It needs to be drawn very similar, if not exactly like your room is laid out. No squiggly lines, no wiggity-waggity stuff. I want it drawn out real nice and neat. Our next concept we're going to talk about is to scale. So what we're going to do is look at the scale of what your real size of your room is to what we can draw it like on a piece of grid paper. It's what architects do. You know, when your parents built their house, or maybe when you've seen a building going up, the drawing is not as large as the actual building, because where do you find paper that big, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to take things from a large image down to a small image. That's called scale drawing. And that's one of the concepts we're going to be working on over the next 3 or 4 weeks. So this week your homework is going to be 20 minutes each night of Think Through Math. So you have 100 minutes by Monday. And also you need to draw your bedroom out, not just the walls, but I want you to draw your bed. And maybe you have a chair in there, or maybe you have a bean bag, or maybe you have a desk where you have a computer area. Everything in your room, I want it actually drawn. You probably need to get a measuring tape, or if you need to, you can check out a ruler from school to take home, but you're going to need to really measure exactly what it is, okay? No, you're not measuring what your drawing is. You're measuring what your room is. And so if you have one wall that's really long, you'll draw a long straight line on your paper and put the actual measurement on it. And then maybe you'll draw your side walls and put those measurements. And if you have one of those little nooks, one of those weird things like I showed on that video at the beginning of the year in Shelby's, where she had a little nook and cranny in her room, you need to draw all of those and put the actual measurements. It should be much better and much neater than your first time we drew this, because most of you just kind of sketched and had some random drawings. You either need to do it in standard measurement, which is inches and feet and yards. No yards, let's just do inches and feet. Or you can do it in metric, which would be centimeters and meters, okay? All right. Make sure you have that by next Monday, which will be February 3rd, and we'll start using that in class. Stay warm and do your homework. Don't forget, 20 minutes to Think Through Math.